Now today we're going to treat two amazing topics. One of them is a call from a number of the young men who really want to be able to tell if their women have been pregnant before. So I just came up with a few tips that you can be able to know whether the woman has been pregnant before. Just some basic signs. Yes, it doesn't run through everybody or in all cases, but in most cases, these signs show that she has been pregnant before, and I'm going to show you a couple of those. And then after that, we are going to get into the classroom proper, where we are going to learn how to use your cervical mucus to check whether you are ovulating or not. Yes, you can use the cervical mucus to check whether you are safe or unsafe. We have gone through using the menstrual cycle to determine whether you are safe and unsafe. We have also gone through a lot of lessons in relation to being able to calculate your menstrual cycle length, being able to calculate when exactly you ovulate. But now we're going to go into some area where you can simply use your finger in there, check the mucus you have, and be able to determine whether you are ovulating or not, so that if you want to have babies, you can be able to observe the changes in the mucus and be able to have sex around that area when you know your mucus is fertile, so you can be able to have a baby. Conk. Sure that you want to have a baby, and then you're able to do that. So here, first of all, if you have missed any of the classes that we did, just get to my YouTube channel, Papa Kwamina. Add Mr. Smooth to it, then you narrow the search. Papa Kwamina, Mr. Smooth. You can watch virtually all the lessons we have had this past year. Yes, we have had a whole year of lessons. So if it's your first time of watching the adults class, then you have missed a lot. All you need to do is just go back to the YouTube channel, Papa Kwamina, Mr. Smooth. You have most of the videos there, and then you can watch. Forgive me, like I said, I have this bad cold. So straight away, we always do a PowerPoint presentation, and I always say that yes, the adult class is a class, and we teach, and as much as possible we try not to be vulgar, we try not to be promiscuous, or try to preach things that won't go too well with people. So we are very decorous with the language that we use, and we try and manage and show you the stuff that we think would educate people out there. And yes, it's a fact that most people think they know, but the reality is they do not know. So here I'm showing you some signs that you would see that will tell you that the woman has been pregnant before. Now, pregnant before could be she has given birth and lost the baby, or she got pregnant and aborted it. Now, one of the typical signs that you see are stretch marks. So watch this one. On our PowerPoint presentation, watch this one. So you see this stretch mark under the breast usually is indicative of a woman who has had a baby before. Most women, I'm saying most women who have babies have such stretch marks. Now, there's another type of stretch marks that you see long along the entire breast. It sort of designs it, I mean, straight lines. They are a little whitish of the regular skin color. It's also a sign that the woman has had pregnancy before, and most times when they get pregnant and then they terminate it, it stays. When they get pregnant, they breastfeed or keep their children, they still have such. And some women too, when they become very fat, or all of a sudden they lose too much weight, they also get such stretch marks. But this is a sign that she may have had a pregnancy aborted. So you can check from the other picture that I have here, which is showing you this side of the breast, indicating all the stretch marks you have there, which shows that yes, she's been pregnant before. And then also this one also this type of stretch mark also tells you that she has been pregnant before. So here, if you see these marks and then the woman is telling you that she's not been pregnant before, then there's something wrong, something really, really wrong, because most women who get pregnant get this sort of breast. Now, the next thing we'll be looking at is the butt. These are also stretch marks that you can find around the butt. So you can see the lines up here indicating that there are some serious stretch marks. They show that yes, she's been pregnant before, or she became extremely fat and dropped weight, or she was extremely small and she put on weight. So most times when you see these marks, they are indicative of some lady who has had baby or have been pregnant before. And when the pregnancy goes to a very, let's say the second trimester or the third trimester, and it's terminated, that is when you have these blemishes. Yes, of course, there are some women who would have terminated their pregnancies and you won't see anything on them, and that one we should all understand that it is there. But these are some of the signs that you should see and be able to know that the woman has been pregnant before. You can also see this type of stretch marks. You can see the stretch marks line on the thigh, and then you can also see this one is also indicative of somebody who has been pregnant before. Yes, this very one too could be somebody who was trying to bleach and use the wrong cream. So we shouldn't be too conclusive on that, but it's also a sign that she's been pregnant before. We can also look at that. And then this one, especially this type of stretch marks on the stomach, is also seriously indicating that she's been pregnant before. So you can be able to tell so that she has been pregnant before. Maybe she kept the baby, or the baby, she might have loved the baby, or she terminated the pregnancy. So these are the signs that you should know. And this is one other one on the thigh that should also let you know that. Now this is also signs on the belly, stretch marks on the belly, which are indicative of a stretch on the stomach muscles and stretch on the skin, which is also indicative of either somebody who became extremely fat when she was naturally small, or has given birth, got pregnant and terminated it. So these are signs that you should see that the woman has been pregnant before. Now there's some other area that you should also know, that once you get pregnant, your varicose veins will show. Now these are the varicose veins. You find them behind the woman's knee. Yes, for most women, once they get pregnant and they terminate it or they give birth, the varicose veins stay. And normally you see them greenish like that. Greenish like that. Some of them are just a little, some of them are many. Yes, it is not in all cases that the varicose veins shows that she's terminated a pregnancy or had pregnancy, but in most cases it's indicative that she's been pregnant before, and you have the varicose veins. Great. Let's move on to the next sign. The next sign has to do with the cervix. The normal cervix has a size. The cervix has an ooze. The ooze is where the sperm passes through into the uterus and into the fallopian tube for fertilization to take place. Now, if she has not had babies before, this is how the cervix looks like when you're looking at it from under a spectacular. So you can see that small hole there. That round thing you are seeing is the cervix, and that small hole there is the cervix where the sperm passes. Now, when a woman is pregnant, typically when she is pregnant, the cervix changes. So look at it. When she is pregnant, you can see from the picture at the top the normal cervix size, and when she's pregnant, the cervix becomes a little bigger. Now, what makes the cervix go extremely expanded is when she gives birth, especially through the vagina, because then the cervix will have to expand over 200% for the baby to pass through, and this is how it looks like. So you can see the uterus, you can see the cervix, you can see the vagina. So here you have the baby's head attempting to pass through the ooze, and then you have the ooze opening, and then here you have the ooze open for the baby to slip out. So once the baby slips out, you can never have your cervix looking like it used to be. This is how it would then look like. So giving birth or giving birth to the vagina, actually you can tell from the cervix. And once you medically examine it or you touch it, either with your finger, if you know how to examine it, you can tell if she has had a baby before, because then the cervix will not be that small, it will be expanded. If she has given birth, you would know. I hope you are taking notes of the lessons that we are having. And like I said, this is adult class, and this only happens on GNTV. This is the only place where you get to learn these things on TV, because normally you don't get to hear any of these things. Now, let me speak a little fancy to make those who complain that it's too much of English also understand. Mesha said, "Messi, there's a BC yin sanda. Ebu wonenu for her. Ebu the stretch marks wonenu for her. Nenu for stretch marks and on a medical one initially. And that stretch marks and so ebi owa ogunu to no ho. Ebi so owa ogun ni ye phone no nyina yaze no nyina sre ho na won nan ho. It is a ehu them stretch marks na ogu enu for ho. Ogu either that incentive. Ana ni ye phone ho ana nichu ana nitu ho a or cheddar when you send another wawoda. It's a Bisian Kada Uniba, not so them stretch marks now. Now, be another new another time onion sunny or union sunny agree. Namakade, say Bisia onion sana. Now was an abnon picture now over one sa at a them naughty. And I say, oh, so onion sana, that's a new son of Quinima. Wouldn't now was another way. Now that will be my baby for Muba, to baby for Muba. Picture no one feel in hand. Them na so we are oh yeah. Inti say when two 1 year exercises 1 year unique practice oberman muscles no one gina wasan wachi or wasana why zimbiwa bona na sin gina why more hobby, especially say baby near baby kasepa ofina sebaya. Of course, even when you have cesarean sessions, the cervix still changes because of the pressure that the baby puts on the cervix when it's in the womb. So we should also take note of that. Now the next thing we should also look at is breast changes. Normally when you are menstruating, the lady's breast becomes bigger, and then when she is pregnant, the body is preparing the body for lactating. So prolactin is released when she gets pregnant, and then also you see breast milk inside the breast. But when you are having your menses and your breast becomes big and you terminate the pregnancy, the breast doesn't go back to its normal size, it stays there. So most times the breast becomes bigger, or the breast sags, it becomes very soft, or it will hang. So you can see the same person when she was not pregnant, and then now that she is pregnant, you can see the breast size, or after giving birth, that is the breast size, it changes. There's another picture that you can see very, very clearly. And then this is one too who is measuring. Before she got pregnant, she took a measurement, and after pregnancy, she's seen that the breast is becoming very, very big there. This is another example of when she was not pregnant, and then when she's pregnant. And then also, even when you get pregnant, it also affects the body. The entire body actually changes. The entire body actually changes. So it's very important that we take note of that. Now look at this one too. This one is telling you how the body changes when you actually get pregnant. So these are things that we should take serious note of. Mama Pacha yang there say egin samswa say say ufende o menses abunu fu yakase. Say when you find your casino, so you need some, let's say you need some go, and no phone and drink call, Bessie not in bio, no I guess, any from alcohol. Talk about that's it, on your needs and ye we are a new phone wago. One wa from her, no new phone you go. On no ma, new phone ogo. On yet needs and Emma breastfeeding, and Casa needs and way you go, no my news and a new phone ogo. Okay, it is yet I said, Ama, you won't say, Obia, timer. And you know, naman, no funny and normal. And so, every here you know, for now, I can say all of a sudden, what too much I there? Winnings and means and Nasa, and now winnings and Nabani, and I say winnings and owl. Those are the signs. The body knows too much, sir. But no, very slim, a bone of winnings and avian, nobody in why kese me pɛ na mɛka we to abom kare why kese wɔn fa nkyɛn why kese mu code ne nti wɔn fa nkyɛn na yɛn kɔ na kakra da ba na yɛn fa adesuan nkɔ ibie. Okay, the next thing you are going to see is that you'll be seeing is that blood test what they share what do you call it, whether the woman has had babies before or not. There are a lot of blood tests that can be done that can test the cells of the woman to check whether the woman has had babies before. You can do that test to verify whether the woman has had a baby before. And then also, once the woman gets babies, there are a lot of hormonal problems, or once she gets pregnant, she experiences hormonal balances and hormonal changes. I'm sure I've educated you well on this one. I would want to pause here with the signs, and I'm sure you have enjoyed the lessons we have had. Any of you, my number is on the screen. If you have any problems with premature ejaculations, you have problems with erectile dysfunctions, those who want to have some increment and want to have children, all those basic sexual issues, I'm around to help you, find people to help you fix these things. And then we are still looking for sponsors to sponsor this show so we can continue to bring this show to you. I'm sure you have enjoyed it. I'm sure you have learned a lot from this class today. I would end the class for today and say that next week, Wednesday, God willing, we'll come up with something really, really exciting. I intend doing that crazy thing, how to know the type of baby you are carrying, whether you are carrying a boy or girl, how you can just see from the pregnancy you have, or do some basic tests to just know without necessarily going to the hospital to check whether you are carrying a boy or girl. So stay with us. Next week we are having another wonderful session between 10 and 11:30. So my name is Mr. Smooth. I do this show regularly with Auntie Seto, and forgive me today, I'm coughing in your ear all around the place. I have this bad cold because the weather is not too good for me. But I would want to thank Mustafa, and I want to thank the entire adult class production team. I won't forget Mr. Richmond Kilson for making this show possible, because without him we wouldn't have been able to get the slots to be able to do this show. So Mr. Richmond Kilson, wherever you are, I say thank you very much, and may God bless you for allowing this education on GNTV. I would also want to thank the whole GN group and pray that things get better and better and better and better for us all. And next week we would come for another wonderful edition of the adults class. So see you on the flip side, and be good.